My friends, it's time for the big chop off, part 4.
You say if I'm just a fun new sound, the shit's loaded and I'm ready to go. I'm big too much, just like the old sound. Already heard it about the 100th time.
So here's the epic lineup for part 4 of the big chop off. Starting from the left, Schrade SEHF 45. Next is the Ontario SP 45. The one in the middle just got this back today. Had to send it back. This is the brand new one. And it's actually a hair different from the old one. That's the Tops Armageddon. To the right of that, Survives Knives GSO 10, recently reviewed. And the last one is, everybody knows that thing, the K-Bar BK9. Start off with the Ontario SP 45, do the regular handheld position, then we'll move back to a 3-finger action. Let's see how it does. Whoops. Just knocked over a couple knives. Survive Knives GSO 10, regular handheld position, same thing, 10 shots. Just got to get a good spot to stand. Wow. Man, devastating. K-Bar BK9. Not bad. Tops Armageddon. This handle shape is actually a little different from the old one. It's a little bit more round. Let's give it a shot. Regular handheld position. Last is the Schrade 45. Ooh, that sank in really good. Closer to the destruction. Okay, let's start off with the first one, the SP 45. Yeah, I think this one's going to be totally outclassing this, but it is an 8-inch blade, so that's why I included it. Next, oh my god, GSO 10. Man, that thing is intense. This is going to actually surprise you, because look at that next to the BK9. Oops, this one. Yeah, that's a lot different from that crevasse, if you know what I mean. Damn, I didn't think it'd be that much of a difference. Next is the Tops Armageddon. That thing was badass. Man, I don't want to say it, but for some reason it seems better than the previous. Now this one's a lot newer than the old one, so hey, you never know. Then next to that, man, that Schrade 45 freaking rocked. Unfortunately, I started biting into that. It was from a previous test, the ones on the front, but it was like, I'd have to say just a hair behind the Tops Armageddon. But the best one was the GSO 10. At least this round. Now we're going to try the rearward handheld position and see how that goes. Now I'll do it in the rearward handheld position with all 5 of them. Start off with the SP 45, the Ontario. Man, yeah, this is pretty much a fighting knife. GSO 10. Wow. Yeah, BK9. Fuck. Yeah, it was 8. Yeah, a little bit more. One thing I do notice, handle scales are getting a little bit loose. I can feel them moving around, damn it. Tops Armageddon. Wow. Whoa. That was my bad, that one shot. My fucking edge alignment was a little wonky and it went that way. But still really awesome. Trade 45. Let's do it. Man, this thing's in good. Oh shit. Couple of crappy shots there, damn it. Close up with the damage. Start off with the most recent, the Trade 45. Yeah, my shots were a little bit on the crappy side. Sorry about that, guys. Hard to be perfect, but pretty decent. Then we move over to the Tops Armageddon. That thing is pretty freaking badass. I was impressed. For some reason, this one seems better. I don't know if it's just because it's a newer one or what. Next is the BK9. It didn't do bad. It actually did a little bit better this time. Still not as good as the Tops, but pretty close. GSO 10 did awesome again, of course. Man, it's hard to tell which one did the best. And then the first one, the Ontario. Yeah, that's not hanging with these guys. So it comes down to the GSO 10 or the Tops Armageddon for this one. Man, it's hard to tell. They're both really, really good. I almost got to call that one a stalemate. Now it's time to do some downward chops, see what kind of penetration we get with these things. We'll start off with the wimpiest one, which was the Ontario. So far in the whole test, this is coming last. So might as well use this first. 3-finger action. Let's do this. Ooh, it bounced. Shit. There we go. Yeah. It's funny, man. Last test, when I did this, the wood I had was off the same bundle, but it was actually bouncing off of it. This time it's sticking. Whatever. It's actually biting. It's not going in very far, but it is biting. Like I said, this is really a fighting knife, but it still can do this kind of stuff if you have to. BK9's turn. Same thing, 3-finger action. Ooh, yeah, definitely feel the difference right there. Now the handle scales, I haven't tightened them yet, but hey, whatever. Man, I see why everybody loves this knife. You know, it's about $100 and it works really good. It is a really good knife. Totally worth the money. And not to say whoever wins this chop off is the best knife overall. It's just seeing which one chops the best, that's all. Man, this thing, bang for the buck, this thing's awesome. Yeah, that's sinking good. We're gonna do one full power. Hopefully we hit the darn thing. Wow, that actually like bounced. What the hell? You heard how hard it hit. It's doing pretty good though. SCHF 45's turn. Now, before I even do this, I gotta say, out of all the knives in this chop-off series, this is probably the best bang for the buck. If you're strapped for money and you need something to work that's going to do the job and it's cheap, this thing is pretty much it. Besides maybe that $9 survival knife. But this thing will rock that. So let's try it. Man. Yeah. Ow. Oh yeah, 3-finger action. Crap, that was 4. Let's do this. Yeah. This thing is a badass, man. Man, look at that. Look at the belly just go in. For the money, this thing is awesome. Yeah, it's not the best steel. Yeah, it's not the best that. But look what it does. And it's like $50 or something. Yeah, this thing is really awesome. For the money. Time for the Tops Armageddon. Time for it to redeem itself. Man, yeah. This thing, it's big and it's thick, which makes mass, generates power. Man. Now, the grip ain't the most comfortable when you're swinging hard like that. This is getting me a little bit, but this ain't the best knife overall. It's just the best chopper. And so far, this thing's rocking. Yeah, this chops better than the 45, for sure. But this is also a $200 knife. Time for the GSO 10. Yeah. It is thinner than that Armageddon, So the Armageddon feels like ouch, man. Feels like it has more mass. But this thing has a better blade geometry. Wow, yeah, this thing frickin' rocks. I just tested this recently. I remember how awesome this is. Wow, and it sticks in like a mofo too. Man, look at that. I don't know, what do you think, guys? This or the Armageddon? It's really, really, really close. They've been really close the whole frickin' time. Wow. This thing just has a better handle, and it doesn't hurt like that Armageddon. The Armageddon is awesome, monstrous power, but it's just not as comfortable. Man, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to look at the footage. After looking over the footage, definitely the GSO-10. That definitely edged out the tops, Armageddon. But this is pretty much the lineup of everything we just did. Chopping with the grain, against the grain. I kind of knew this would come out on last, but hey, I was putting in anything 8-inch to 11-inch blade. Everything I got out of my collection, that's why I'm doing different parts. Now we're up to part 4. So this is going to be the last one. Next is the finals. Best bang for the buck. That thing right there in the middle. Friggin' cheapest and does a ton. That thing is awesome. Yeah, just a fighting knife. Now, it depends what you can afford in the end. If you just need something for cheap, I'd say go with this. Because this thing almost does what these things do, but for a fraction of the price. If you want to step it up, this BK9 is awesome. You won't regret it. It is a better design, but it's double the money. And you got like quadruple and even more. So, but overall, GSO-10 definitely won this shootout. So that'll be going into the finals. The Tops Armageddon, man, that thing was right behind it. Like I said, this ain't best knife. Best knife, this handle blows away this handle. Even though they did refine this one a little bit, I have noticed it is more round, so they took away the square problem. It just still, these are abrupt. So it's a little bit of hot spots, but it still doesn't affect it being a badass. So it still is awesome. And it did better actually than it did in my previous test. But I gotta give the thumbs up to the GSO-10. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Stay tuned for the final shootout and until the next time we meet.